Hello, welcome and welcome back to A Close-Knit Family. I'm Michael and Sue is off this weekend again as she is out of town, but you will be seeing a little bit of her later this episode. But for now, I am Michael and this is a knit cast documenting my adventures as a beginner knitter and Sue's ongoing adventures in her yarn and knitting addiction. So today on the show we will have a brief segment which Mom and I recorded during the week while she was still here. We also have a brief another of the interview at Blends that she did, and then I'll have Whips Foes, what I bring to the table, and that will be what we have because events from around the world will be in the bit that we recorded earlier. So I'm actually just gonna go right into that now because I don't have much to say beforehand. So here you go. Hi.
Hi.
We're in the past.
Yeah, we are. Today is Thursday, August. It's before the Sunday.
It is August 9th.
It's the 9th of August, 2018. I am Sue.
I am Michael.
We are a close-knit family.
Yeah.
Coming at ya from Armstrong in the beautiful North Okanagan of British Columbia, Canada.
Yeah.
The very smoky
Oh gosh, yeah.
Okanagan. There's tons of fires. I think Melissa said the other day there was like 400 and something fires burning around the province.
It's a lot.
There's 5 fairly big ones.
Yeah.
And I think we should rename it and call it the Smokanogan in the summertime because
I mean, some people already call it the Smokanogan.
Oh, for different reasons.
Yeah.
Cultivating going on. It's almost legal in Canada.
Almost.
Anyway.
October. Not that I would do it anyway. Hi.
No. Hi. Anyway, yeah, smoky Okanagan, but we are really, it gets into the valley and then there's a high pressure ridge.
Yeah. And we have a high temperature warning.
Yeah. So, but compared to the last couple of years, it didn't get really smoky until the beginning of August this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like last year, we just had
it was just smoke.
We didn't get summer. We just had smoke.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm back from camping.
Yeah.
And we're doing a little quick midweek kind of catch up because I'm leaving town again tomorrow, and then that'll leave Mike alone again. And I thought I've got stuff to catch up on, and then Mike will do a catch up with his stuff on another day.
Yeah.
And yeah. So here we are.
Hi. So what have you been up to?
I have no foes.
You have no foes. At this point,
Finished object for anyone who.
For general time relativity with when I film this, I have an almost faux, which I'll probably show off when it is done.
I should show you how to do that.
You should show me how to do that. I should probably do that. I got plans tonight.
And then whips.
Whips.
So, I did not work on my brioche project at all.
Really? Oh.
So what happened?
Okay.
Because I was camping.
Yes.
And we have we use a coffee press.
Yes.
For making our coffee.
Yes.
And historically, because anyone who's used a coffee press knows you put your coffee in, you put your hot water in, and then you have to let it sit. And so when we're camping, it's sort of an uncontrolled environment. So we've like wrapped a tea towel or something just to try to keep it warm.
Okay.
And then last year, I knitted a cozy for our coffee press and Cam, my brother, went to make coffee, and it's sagged all out, this what I made.
No.
So he said, you need to make another one.
Oh.
And I said, I'm going to brioche.
Oh.
A nice cushy.
Yeah, so you get that nice thick insulation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I spent a couple of days.
For the record, this is also her telling me about the camping trip right now. She hasn't told me anything yet.
So I spent a couple days at the beach and in the campsite brioching away on this thing. And keep in mind, it's only about, this big around.
It's not a big thing, no.
And I was about this far up it.
Okay.
And, I needed to get, like, up to here.
Yeah.
And I needed anyway. And I was like, this is taking way too long.
Yeah.
And it was getting boring, and so I lost my mojo.
Oh.
So so I was brioching, but not on my brioche project.
Okay. Will we see that in the brioche along chatter?
Will you see what?
The cozy.
No, because I ripped it out.
Okay.
I ripped it out. I didn't like it anymore.
Okay.
So that was a whip, and it's a frogged item. And you don't get to see it.
All over the course of a week.
So then I decided, okay, I can crochet, and crochet goes really fast. So I started crocheting this.
Ew.
So I'm using the same, it's got a lovely green thing on it. Look at that.
Oh, hey.
Anyway, that's a flaw in the yarn. So yeah, I'm just like whipping this thing up. And then I'm like, oh, it's too thin. Like, it's not got any substance to it. And so this is going to get pulled out too.
Oh.
And one day when I think about it. But anyway, so my brother kept saying, how's that cozy going?
What weight is this?
This is the same yarn I'm using for, this is the exact same yarn I'm using for the cowl.
Oh.
I think it's a worsted.
Oh. I was going to say, I did just pick up all that chunky yarn.
I can't remember. Yeah, but that's...
Yeah.
Anyway.
I had another look at it after I filmed that, and I was like, oh.
I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, so, you know what? This is probably a good place. I was going to do knitting and then talk about camping. But I filmed a couple of things while we were camping. Just me complaining about the heat. And me talking about how nice it was to be at the lake. Yeah. And so we'll throw those in here. And because in those I talk a little bit about my knitting. A smidge. Okay. Just not much. And then when we get back, I will say, and here's where I am now. So we'll do that.
Okay.
I think I found my happy spot. I'm going to go in and dunk and cool off and then come back here, sit and knit until I get too hot again. Hello from camping. I am just wrung out. It has been so hot. And we have perhaps the worst campsite in the campground. There's almost no shade on our site later on in the day. So we just we wait rather impatiently for the sun to go down just so we can start to function. We're spending a lot of time down at the lake, though, which is great. The dog's getting lots of swimming in, so are we, and we're floating. My brother's happy because he's able to fix all the holes in our floaties and keep us afloat. I just float, though, in the water. When I get out there, I just float. But I've got pretty good sunburn.
which is par for the course for me. It's what happens when you're a redhead. But I'm sitting here working on my sweater. Everyone else has gone for a hike up to some waterfall somewhere. And because of my back, I can't walk far. It's pretty pathetic. The lake is like literally across the road in that direction. Okay, well, so there's campsites, and then you go down a hill, and then there's the lake. And I can't even walk that far, so I've been, oh, this is trying to pick my nose. So I've been, I have to drive down to the parking lot. It's just pathetic, and walk down to the lake. But, you know, the things we do for summer vacation. Oh, a little cool breeze right now. Anyway, so yeah, I'm working right now on the short row shaping at the, sorry I'm moving around so much, at the back of the sweater. I've stopped the color work at the top, and I'm getting into the, oh, I just remembered I'm supposed to be starting my, whoops, I'm supposed to be starting my pattern. Oops. Well, I should be able to fix that. Whoopsie daisy. Now I got to think about that, actually, because if I'm doing short rows, but I've got to incorporate those into the overall scheme of things. Anyway, so yeah, Lord only knows what Mike and I are talking about right now, but this is camping.
And we're back.
Hi.
Hi, it's us again.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Still here.
it was so hot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was hot here too.
We had very little shade on our site, and so
yeah, Dad was saying you managed to get a site that, like, yeah, just the afternoon sun just right on you.
Oh, it was just nasty. And we got the but of course Cammie and Dad.
Oh no.
So we had tarps up.
Yeah.
For shade, but of course
I can only imagine.
The downside of that
is then you have tarp over you.
Is, well, it's not just that, but they weren't really dark tarps.
Oh no.
So this, you still get the sun baking through, and then the heat's trapped.
Yeah.
And then bugs.
Oh really?
Oh, I can deal with mosquitoes. I don't like getting covered in off and stuff, but there were flies and black flies and wasps and so many bugs, and it was, you try to do something and you just like, get off me. And anyway, so we managed to put some screen around the awning off the trailer.
Okay. And
it had these gaping holes down the side like this, right? And we had like stuff up against the wheels to try to keep...
Yeah.
So we just kept saying, okay, so the bugs that are in here, it's better than what it is without the screen up. But anyway, so yeah, but the lake was beautiful. Like it was just right for getting into. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't cold. Like you didn't walk in and go, okay, you know, I got a dunk, okay. You could go out and it was like, okay, that's cool and refreshing, and push into it. And so that was really nice. We spent a lot of time right down by the lake.
That's
and
good.
That is in those videos, and you already saw it.
Okay.
So this is where my sweater is at now. I have passed, I passed once. I think, maybe I'm back to there again. I've passed the spot where I frogged it last time. For those of you who have been joining us for a little while, this is a sweater I started designing, I don't know, a few months ago. And I had knitted approximately this far. And I was using a different yarn for the color.
Yeah, so yeah,
for all
this color bits.
So for all the the colory work part. I had been using a different yarn, and there were a couple other things that as I went along, I was like, I'm not really happy with it. And then the opportunity came. I saw this, the yarn that I'm using now for the color work, which is Mid-Knit Cravings, King Solomon's Rose.
Right, yes.
Which is only available at Knit2 Yarns in Kamloops. It's an exclusive colorway for them.
It's a very nice colorway.
So I was able to drive there and get that, and we talk about that on a different, another episode.
We talk about it on this episode.
Oh, well done. It's like magic. Did you see that? Just right across.
Here it is again.
Oh! Okay, so this is, anyway, so here I am. This is where I am at now. Okay, that just looks weird, doesn't it?
Well, our monitor also looks weird.
Well, anyway, so that's where I'm at. I decided I wanted to work the arm, and I frogged the arm back once now as well. I was working my decreases, and I was like, this is decreasing really fast.
Okay.
And I was like, that's just bizarre. Like, this is not... And I went and I checked my math, and my math was good. So I was like, okay, I'll keep going. We kept going, and it was decreasing really fast. So I was like, okay, I got home, and on Tuesday when I went to knit night, I said, all right, that's it.
Frog it?
No, I said, that's it. I'm going to check my math again. And I was like, yeah, the math is good. The math is good. And then I looked, and I was doing an 11-inch arm.
Oh.
I don't even know anyone who has an 11-inch arm. Yeah, probably about to here. So I was like, okay, well that maybe explains why the math was good, but it wasn't looking right. So I reworked the math. I pulled back the yarn, the arm, and I am moving forward, and it's going much better now. Thank you.
That's good. Whoa, I just saw all your stitch markers.
Well, yeah.
I did not realize you had all these stitch markers.
Well, I didn't.
Oh! Alright,
So,
have I accidentally jumped up on content? Or?
A little bit, but
okay,
that's okay.
Well, we'll come back to these.
No, we'll do it right now.
Okay.
Why not? So, you know, when we go camping, historically, we've enjoyed doing some crafting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like crafts.
And of course, as everyone got older, I take my knitting. That's my crafting.
Yeah, and my knitting or my crafting became, well, my origami, and then
so
I just started reading.
I took a craft for Cool Cam.
Okay.
Cool Cam is Uncle Cam.
I think we talked about Cool Cam.
I know,
before.
but here we are again, right?
Oh yeah, and we have a whole bunch of new people.
Yeah,
hey, welcome new people, by the way.
Welcome new people. Nice to see you. Okay, so Cool Cam is my brother crafting. So I took a craft for Cool Cam.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. Hi, Cammy.
Hi, Cam.
Or Aaron, or one or other of you. Anyway, so I said to Cammy, I said, here's a craft for you. Make these, and here's all the bits and pieces you need. So
he made those.
Cammy and Aaron.
Oh.
They made these little sets. They're all different. But these little sets of stitch markers.
Yeah, it'll look a little weird on our monitor, but.
So there's, some of them have 4, some of them have 5 stitch markers. Most of them have a one that will clip on.
And it's sort of longer or different than the other ones.
So a progress keeper kind of a thing. There's some here. There's tons of them. So the plan, did that stop?
Nope.
Okay. So the plan is that, oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, there, I see. Anyway, the plan is that we'll give these away with our prizes.
With the giveaways. Oh!
With our prizes until we run out of them.
Okay.
Well, but there's some in here that oh shoot, what did he call them? Oh, he's yelling at me right now if he's watching it. They're like mixed up stitch markers or something, because they do double duty. They're both a stitch marker and a progress keeper.
Okay.
They have
they have the ring on one side and the clip on the
you've
other.
got them right there.
I have them right here.
Yeah, so these ones. So you'll see at the bottom they've got the little clip of a progress. Whoops, there we go, of a progress keeper, and on the top part, they're the rings.
Okay.
So we'll put a picture here.
Mm-hmm.
Of there's my brother working and making stitch markers, and he and Aaron made stitch markers for us.
Cool.
So I told him we'd show his picture every time we gave some away. So anyway, he was very happy with that. I love you, Cam.
I can totally see Cam.
So anyway, lots of
good ones.
lots of stitch, lots of silk. So a whole box of stitch markers. So that was something that happened.
Maybe
So
maybe that'll be another one of our things.
what?
Is giving away like stitch markers with all of our giveaways.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
We'll have to send Cam more equipment.
I mean, we can make them ourselves.
Yeah, but Cammy's good at it.
True.
He was all set. He's like, I could set up a little shop and make these things. Oh, yeah, great.
Anyway.
Speaking of giveaways, have I ever told you how much I love you?
Yeah.
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 So, remember how Mike said about that giveaway, I'll have to check with Mom?
I checked with Mom.
Yeah, Mom watched it before he even checked with me.
I didn't even know you were home when you were watched it. Anyway.
So,
hi.
Mom
23. Mom, the number 2, the word 3 now.
Mom 23 now. First, you need to get in touch with us because you were the wiener.
Yeah,
And our email address.
cnfpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, we know it should be a K,
K,
but it's an N. Just go with it. You need to I've got an eyelash happening. You need to get in touch with us so that we can get you your winnings, and congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm hoping that you won't mind terribly, and we'll discuss this, but we need to change the yarn that you won, because that was actually like my yarn.
Yeah, well...
And
you see, when Mom gave me the instruction that she told me I can give anything away from here, and she was pointing at a specific one, but I looked at that as anything from here.
Anything from here. So
okay.
There are a couple of yeah. Anyway,
we'll talk.
We will talk.
Please email us.
And we'll...
Actually, I haven't checked the email. She might have already emailed us.
Oh! Well...
I'm in fine form this week.
Hey, you did really good while I was away.
Oh, thank you.
Like, you were responding to stuff
Thank
and
you.
setting up threads, and it was very impressive.
I'm forgetting everything else.
And if anyone, feels the need to cry foul, well, we'll be good. Because we will be. So, that's my, stitch markers.
Stitch markers,
Knitting. Crocheting. Camping.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. Something else happened when I was away in camp. So much knitting stuff. So bless you. When I first decided to start knitting on the sleeves, I grabbed my wooden needles and attached them to their cords that are currently holding the sleeves.
Okay.
And started knitting.
Okay.
And it was a little tight.
Yes.
And I've been knitting mostly with my Hayas
Okay.
and the Hayas are so smooth and so fast. And I knit it maybe a couple of inches.
Okay.
And my carpal tunnel flared up so bad. And so I had a spoon. I had a spoon attached because I didn't have my braces with me. And I was trying to find something that would give me that
The
shape.
brace, yeah.
The braces. So
My God.
I had a spoon, and then I got like one of those triangle bandages that you use for a sling.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I folded it up and kind of wrapped it around the spoon. But believe it or not, it made all the difference in the world.
Okay.
And got up in the morning, and my arm felt much better. And so then I was like, oh my God, I need to knit. So I had thought about it when probably when I was waking up, and I realized that what was different was I was using my wooden needles, which the yarn, it doesn't slide as easily on the wooden needles. And so I was probably like holding it differently. And then because I didn't put on like a nice long cord for doing magic loop, I was working really tight. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go back to knitting the body of the sweater with my Hayas. And so I did that, and I was really conscious of, am I getting any pain? Am I, and it was all good. And then when I decided to work on the sleeves again, I switched to my Hayas and put in my longest Haya cord. And I've been good ever since.
It's all good. Okay.
Yeah. So that brought up sort of a thing, like if you've always used the same kind of needle, it's worth it to get like whatever your most common knitting needle size is. If you do all socks, then get whatever your sock needle size is. Get that in a few different brands. So, because you hear people say Haya are the best, Chiagu or Chowgu are the best, Zings are the best, Dreams are the best, Likey, Licky, Leica are the best. And I'm like, you know what? Get them all and do like one size in them all and do side-by-side comparisons for yourself, because you just don't know. Just because somebody else says this is the perfect needle doesn't mean it's going to be perfect for you.
Doesn't mean it's for you.
It's like the Chowgu needles are very similar to the Hayas, the needles. The cords are very different, and I've heard a lot of people are just like, oh, they have the best cord in the world because it's this nice, like metal covered with plastic. It's nice, substantial cord. I can't stand it because it's too firm.
Okay.
Right? So everyone's got a different thing going on. Okay.
Okay.
So that was that, and then we're all discombobulated.
Well, yeah, because we're trying to do a segment and.
Okay. So let's talk about events from around the world. Okay. So 2 events that came to me. One came to me via Instagram.
Oh!
So, this one is the Knitters Fair in Kitchener-Waterloo, that's Ontario, Canada, on Saturday, September 8th, 2018. If you would like more information on that, you can go to www.kw, Kitchener-Waterloo, kwknittersguild.ca/fair. Okay, so that was one. The other one went to Knit Night.
Okay.
And there's a lovely lady there. Her name is Allison, who shows up usually about once a year. She is a rep for Sweet Georgia yarns.
Okay.
In the UK.
Okay.
So she's Canadian, but she lives right now in London.
Okay.
She's got a podcast too.
Ooh.
Like an actual podcast. Oh, the conversation we had about that. And that podcast is...
Not on here?
I think if you went to yarninthecity.com, you would probably find it. Because that must be what I did. Or if you searched Yarn in the City. Anyway, so for those of you Londoners, UKers out there, on November, and so this is one that they put on. November 2nd and 3rd, 2018 is Yarnporium.
Ooh.
Central Hall, Westminster, London. And it's 2 days. Yarn Fiber Friends Making Community, featuring workshops with designers Kate Atherley, Renee Callahan, Carol Feller, Julie Knits in Paris, Kelborn Woolens, Lane Magazine, Jane Lithgow, Nathan Taylor, and Carrie Westerman.
I feel like I've heard of Nathan Taylor.
Maybe you
It's
have.
the only one on there that I recognize.
Okay.
Okay.
Over 50 of the best independent makers and designers of yarn and fiber folk from London, the UK, and beyond.
Beyond.
D&D Beyond. Okay, never mind. That's Dungeons and Dragons. Ah! It's infiltrated my life.
Anyway.
Oh my lord.
Anyway.
Mike's gonna make me join a game.
I am. For those of you who are maybe in on the D&D universe, I bought the Tomb of Annihilation module.
Okay, not now.
That's all I was gonna say. That's
Not
all.
now.
That's all I was gonna say, and that's gonna be her first D&D experience.
Oh
so,
my god.
Yeah, I'm that kind of DM. Anyway.
Oh my god. Anyway, in speaking with Allison, she was working on with this gorgeous yarn, which was by Viola Yarns.
Viola Yarns.
Which is a Canadian yarn maker. Ontario? Maybe not. This is going to be one of those everyone's from Calgary things.
Well, yeah.
I know it's not Calgary.
Okay.
Okay.
I swear it is Calgary.
Probably.
Anyway.
Okay, so... Anyway, so Viola Yarns.
For those of you who don't get that, go back and watch some of our first episodes.
Oh my lord. So Viola and the Moon.com. Anyway, the yarn, it was silk. I think it was merino silk. Merino and silk. Anyway, it was just luscious.
Mm-hmm.
And the colorway was, oh shoot. Doesn't matter because I can't show it to you anyway. But it was this beautiful gold, and it was just beautiful. The color, the tonal colors in it, and it almost shone. The yarn was so beautiful. So anyway, something, if you're looking for another yarn to look into, that one was pretty nice.
Okay.
Okay, and I did think just 1 second ago about one more thing that I wanted to... Yarns, needles, events from around the world. Oh! I never showed you my nails last time I did them.
Oh!
But they kind of showed up in a few videos, so those were my nails last time. And now we're going... So, for you new viewers,
Hi.
I am also a gel nail tech. That's what I do to get paid. And I am going... So I do my own nails. And we're going to a wedding this weekend, and it's going to be a pretty fancy affair. And I'm not really a fancy person. Oh, see my sunburn. Anyway, I'm not really a fancy person, so I try to, put it on where I can. And so these are the nails that I did. I'm wearing a black and, whoops, this way. A black and white. Yeah, so a black and white dress. This is really awkward. There we go. So those are my nails for the wedding.
Okay.
Don't they just go with what I'm wearing?
I mean, they go with what I'm wearing.
And I even did my toes. Anyway.
Nice. Okay.
And these are the new colors I just got in. You don't care. Okay, so I think that's probably it for the Let's Catch Up with Sue, and Mike's gonna fill.
And we snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. For that M&M reference. Yeah, it was good to see Mom briefly in the week, but here I am again alone, and now it is time for me to talk about my whips, foes, and various and assorted things. So I mentioned in the video that I had an almost faux at the time that we recorded that, which was Thursday. It is Sunday now. I'm not sure I said that. It's Sunday, August 12th. We're on episode 19 now. And yeah, so my almost faux is in fact still an almost faux because I wasn't shown how to finish it before Mom left. But the Ranger cowl is now cast off. So now I just need to sew it together and basically, and weave in the edges of course, but basically what's going to happen, right, does a little bit so. This is basically what it's going to end up doing once it is all sewn together, and this will sew up there and this kind of falls open, and yeah, I am really happy with how this has turned out so far. You'll probably see this one more time before I finish it, after I sew it all together. But yeah, I'm really happy about this. Like I said previously, this is sort of my first big object that I have knit, and it was interesting. It was a little weird for me getting used to the just knitting something of this size, but yeah, I really liked it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Also, it is big. It is really, really big, but that also means it is nice and warm and cozy. So yeah, that's my almost faux. And whips. The only other whip I have going right now is the Yarn Quest 2018 Mythic City scarf. So I am going to be showing that on screen, and so if you're following along with Yarn Quest or you want to join Yarn Quest and you don't want any possible spoilers, I'm just going to put a little around here. I'm just going to put the word spoilers. And in fact, I will tell you now that if you want to skip spoilers, this is the time stamp to skip to, so that you don't get spoiled. But here it comes. So here it is so far. So I thought that for the first pattern, I thought I was reading it wrong. Because it occurred to me that, you know, the way we read things, you generally read them from the top down. So I should probably be reading this from the top down, but this first chart I'm reading from the top up. So I'll just say whatever for this chart, and I'll knit the rest of them top down. Well, when Mom got home, she informed me, no, you do knit them from the bottom up. But by that time, I had already gotten these two charts done, so these two are upside down. But it is now fixed for this fourth one on top. So basically the story so far that we have is I knit this when we arrived in the Mythic City, and this one as well. And then we fought some things, and if you look at that, if I hold it this way, you can see that, come on. you can see that this is sort of a bird, and then there is supposed to be just a blank white row between these two things, but because I was knitting the charts upside down and then I started knitting this one right side up, that kind of screwed up. But yeah, and then this almost looks like I'm knitting a flower. Not quite sure where that fits in, but that is that. And of course, because I am double knitting it, the back side is just the reverse. So yeah, that is my update on the Mythic City Mystery Knit Along. I've fallen very much behind. I still have like another couple charts that I need to knit for this clue alone. And in theory, the second clue is late due to Tanya Richter having some problems with her wrists and needing to get some physical therapy for that. But so I really need to pick up the pace somehow. Yeah, that's a tough one. Foes! Time for foes. This has been foes. So now I'm just going to throw it over to a interview with one of our Tuesday night knitters that Mum recorded before she left the first time. And so you will be seeing that now, and I will catch you on the other side.
All right, so hey, again, I'm still camping, and Mike is still hopefully doing something for you guys. This is my friend Bonnie. Hello, everybody. And Bonnie is quite excited about the sweater. But anyway, let's just talk about things for a minute. When did you start? When did you start knitting?
Oh, only about 3.5 years ago.
Are you serious?
I know. I'm serious.
Oh my god!
I know, it all happened.
She's an amazing knitter.
No, learning.
You are wild, and you knit this.
I did.
So
this is the Eddie from Isabel Kramer?
Is it?
I don't know. I think so. Anyway, yes.
Okay, Eddie.
Out of Norl yarn.
Possibly. And Norl. Oh, and this is one of those Norl ones with silk in it, right?
Yeah, this one is cotton and it's got raw silk, and that's why it's got all these like little kind of flecks and bumps. And then I did these little stripes sort of like Kempton, black Kempton. And then I did like just
nice
cast
touch.
it off with the black.
Yeah, that's a neat touch, just doing that on the edge.
Kind of gives you
that.
this little shadow line there. I like it because it's really subtle.
That's cool.
It's not too much then.
Right on. Okay, so about 3 years. What are your favorite kinds of things to knit?
Well, really anything.
Okay.
Anything. I like knitting. I like.
You are an amazing. I can't get over that you've only been knitting for 3 years.
Well, I'm sort of one of those obsessive people that once I start doing something, I just do it like all the time, and I'm all about it.
I don't know what that's like.
I know. No, you know, like I got sucked down into the giant black hole of knitting, and that's,
my
you know,
gosh.
yeah. So it all started because I had a lengthy run of illness, and I was like stuck in the hospital for like a year or so. Well, I was just bored, and I literally was sitting there like Googling, what do you do, like sitting on your ass bored? And knitting popped up. So I'm like, oh, I remember we had that garage sale. There's some plastic knitting wheels in the garage and a ball of yarn. So I really literally went out there and Googled it, and away I went. And
Well, good for you. Good for you. So many people, that's how people are learning now, is like on YouTube or whatever. It's not that many people that, you know, learn from their mom. Or whatever.
Yeah, like I literally didn't know anybody that knit. Nobody in my family knit. And then I, thought, well, I kind of was stumbling along and happy with my Michael's yarn or Walmart yarn. And then I went to and thought, well, I'm going to see if someone said, oh, have you checked your local yarn store? And I was like, what's that? What's a local yarn store? And I'm like, oh. And then I went there and I'm like, well, of course, it's like going into like I don't even know how to describe it. It's a candy store if you're a sugar addict. So I went in there, and of course then I'm like, oh, you have lessons, and oh, silk, and this and that. Oh, that was it. That was the beginning of the
rest
end.
is history.
That's right.
Okay, so I know you were telling me you were super excited about this pattern. So
I am.
tell us about it.
Okay, so like I've knit about 4 or 5 like full tops now, and I really I just bought that new book from it's all Andrea Rangel, and it's all different color work patterns and stuff.
Andrea Rangel.
Yeah, and I think who's that? Like not Knit City. Anyway, it's like Vogue Knitting. Vogue Knitting has that book on their website if you go on there, and it's a book and it's all patterns, color work patterns, like charts for them. So like there's like bunnies and there's like skulls and crossbones, and you can use them wherever you want. You can put them like across the yoke of your sweater or in your mittens or around the sleeves of your sweater.
Yeah. So if you've got like a plain knitting pattern, then you can take that chart.
Yes.
And then put it in there anywhere you want.
So I thought, well, that's cool. I want to do that. So I got the book and I fell in love with it. It's like, oh, now I gotta get a sweater that I can fit whatever pattern it is I want. And they even have, get this, pooping bunnies. There's charted color work for pooping rabbits. I'm like, no way. Seriously. I'm not kidding. So I was like looking, well, how do you sort of be, if you're like a knitter and you're not like a master knitter or super crazy good, how do you learn how to design your first own sweater?
Right.
So this chick who's really neat,
and
she's European, and this is her, and what is her name though? The shirt is called Raglano. Oh, Nicklor. That's what she goes on Ravelry.
Okay, so here. So this is who she is on Ravelry.
Yeah.
And so this sweater, oh, you can't quite see it there. Raglano. And so I guess that's the sweater. So it looks like you're a fairly basic
sweater. But, but it also can be anything you want. So what it is, a recipe to design your own sweater. So like, here's a version of it with a turtleneck and ribbing.
Okay, so we'll bring that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought, well, how could somebody teach you how to design your own sweater? So it's basically a recipe, and I thought, well, I'm just going to jump right in and try it.
So
walks you through it.
Yeah, what information does she ask
It
for?
says here you can pick your own yarn, pick your own gauge, pick your size, pick whatever style you want. Just what you basically need to do is know the number of stitches per square inch. So you need the tag from the yarn, and you can do a swatch. Do a swatch. Well, I'm making it really oversized, so I didn't, but I am a swatch person. I swatched 3 swatches for this one, this Isabel Kramer one.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then you take this information, you just punch into her little calculations here.
Okay, so she's got don't.
No, I won't, but okay. But anyway, you just put it all in.
Yeah, so she's got it all laid out for like how many, what are your stitches per inch and how many, so everything laid out. You just plug your numbers in and then you use a calculator.
Yes. Or you can do math. So I use a calculator, and then I actually took this sweater because she said the other thing you can do to double check and stuff your numbers are right. Get any pullover, a t-shirt or sweatshirt or something you knit that you like the fit around your bust.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest concern. Is it going to fit around the middle of me, right? Especially when you're over 50, right? So anyway, I did that.
Like that.
No, me neither. So I did that. I measured it and I double checked, and then it gives you this little recipe. You cast on X number of stitches for, blah blah blah, and walks you right through it. And so far, I gotta say that it's actually less confusing than following a completely written out pattern. I thought, oh, this is scary. It's not.
It's so not.
So they say by the time you get to the end of this, you could basically are like that many more steps closer to just designing your own top.
Well, it's just like that orchard sweater I've been knitting, the one with the leaves and the colors and stuff.
That beauty.
And people are like, well, how did you do that? Because it's not just like straight knitting; it's got all those leafy, lacy things. And it's like, well, yeah, you do a swatch and you measure it, and everything about it comes off that swatch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the other exciting part about knitting this sweater that I'm knitting right now is that I love ancient arts yarn.
Oh, okay.
This is their Woof and Meow line.
Ancient arts, and so so here,
Yes, I'll show you
Yeah.
a little bit of it knit.
so this is the inspiration picture.
Yes, and it knits up like it's almost black, but there's all
a
these
little
little bit of grays and stuff in there. And
You know what? I'm gonna show you on this side. Nope. No, I don't. Oh, there it is.
there it is. You can see it now.
So a little bit of gray. Yeah,
And the cool thing about this line is called their Woof Meow line.
I love that.
And I like it. First, they're Canadian. I
Yes.
love Canadian. Like I love Colored Ventures, Ancient Arts, Koivu. They're all Canadian companies. And this one is I'm a real advocate of animal rescue, as
Yeah.
you know. So this Woof and Meow collection,
Yeah.
a portion of the profits go to humane societies.
That's cool.
Yeah, so for every ball of yarn, you can, if you want more info on that, you can go into their, into Ancient Arts website
Yeah.
and tell you about it.
Check it out at
Yeah.
Ancient Arts Yarn.
Really cool.
I've got some of their yarn too. And it's
Yeah.
nice yarn.
It takes a little bit of guilt off you when you're yarn shopping. You're like, knowing that? I'm serious, you know what I did this year at Knit City or the past
Oh, I
year?
do know what you
Oh
did.
my gosh.
Listen to what she did
Okay,
at Knit
so
City.
the year
This is
before,
hilarious. This is hilarious.
the year before when I went there, I was like, the first year, 2 years ago, it was Knit City, and I was like, oh, I was so overwhelmed with the shopping, and I was just running around like helter-skelter, like, oh my gosh, and then I realized that some of them had these really funky sale bins. And they're like these big bins, and you can go in there like 50% off and stuff. And I'm like, ooh, all about that, you know. So the next year, I'm like, I'm gonna plan this out. So I had $1,000 budget, and I brought a collapsible backpack and one of those shopping pull carts with wheels. I'm serious. And I went in the lineup for Knit City to open. And when I got in the doors of the lineup, I went straight to the Ancient Arts booth. I took their great big huge sale bin, dumped the whole thing upside down on the ground, and laid over top of it and warmed my way to the cash register. Can you just imagine? You come up on this booth, there's this woman on the floor wrapped around a pile of yarn trying to warm it over to me. People are trying to get it. I'm smacking them. No, that's mine. Fine. Yeah, and that's where I got my Luchat. No idea what's in there. No, I'm just buying the whole thing. And they're going, really? And I'm like, well, I'm going to run around here like crazy. At the end of the day, it's going to be all about a whim anyway. At least this way I know some of the money's going to cats and dogs. Anyway, still ended up with about $120 left after I paid for that. 'Cause it was like $8.80 or something. It came to the whole bin.
Crazy.
You know.
But you have to tell me, what are you drinking?
Oh, that's a mango slushy. What's yogurt?
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much it for me. That's what I've been up to.
That's really neat. I love that. And you said earlier that Nicolor.
Yeah, and it's Nikki something, but
Okay,
that's
so
what she
that
goes
Nikki-
with, and it's called Strict Design.
Okay.
But
You said Nikki does really is what like good designs for
she really.
plus size.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see here. She's not like a size 2 model. This is like her, really her, and she's like a normal, ample-bodied person.
Anyone who's a little bit bigger
It's hard.
knows that a lot of patterns you can't just like upsize them.
No, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way.
No.
And not to mention that excuse me. We don't necessarily want to wear that style either.
No,
We don't
exactly.
I don't need waist shaping myself.
No, me neither. And the other thing I noticed too is like you try to upsize them. So okay, say like it's for like a 32, and I need like a 48 bust to have it be like
Yeah.
extra like looseness. Well, and if I have to add 26 inches to the bust, I can't add 26 inches to my neck. My neck is not 26 inches fatter than somebody who's a size 2.
So it's nice to know that
lady.
I guess she's got obviously other patterns and
Tons,
stuff.
yeah.
So if you're looking for plus size stuff, like I haven't checked it out yet myself, but I guess have a look there.
and see what you can find. Yeah. Well, thanks, Bonnie.
Thanks, Sue. Thanks for having me.
That was fun.
It was fun. Thanks.
And we'll see you guys again later. Bye.
And I'm back. So thank you from Mom for recording that, and yeah, it's helping me pad out the length of these episodes a little bit. So now there's really not a whole lot left because we already did events from around the world. So now it's just what Mike brings to the table. So sometimes you want to settle in for a bit of a shorter game, but one that still has a lot of strategic depth. And this game has recently won one of the highest awards in board gaming, the Spiel de Brugges. And this game is Azul. In this game, you play as mosaic makers for the king for some Lord High Government official in Portugal, and all you do is you collect sets of beautiful resin tiles that come in the box, and you collect them in the sets, slide them onto your mosaic, score them for what tiles they are near, and if you completed any rows or columns, and at the end of the game you score it all up. It's that simple. Like, this is actually one of the simplest games I have recommended on this show, because that's all the rules. It is super duper simple, and I love it very much. I've got to play this once, Azul, and it is a great game that I would highly recommend to anyone, particularly people who are looking to get into the board gaming hobby. It is recommended for ages 8+. They say it's for between 2 and 4 players, and they say it takes between 30 and 45 minutes to play, and that's actually about bang on. That's how long you're going to be playing this game, 30 to 45 minutes. It's really good. It's so beautiful. The box, all the art and illustrations are impeccable, and I enjoy it and very much recommend picking up a copy of Azul. And I think that's about everything. Bit of a shorter one in terms of me actually recording today, which is good because I had a big D&D session earlier today, and I'm not entirely feeling the full 100%. But you know, I gotta make these for you because I love making them. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to like this video so that YouTube knows that people who like similar videos to you might also like this video. Give us a subscribe so that you know every time we upload a new video, which is generally Mondays at 9 a.m. That's certainly what I'm aiming for. Hit that little bell icon. You'll get sent a notification every time we upload. Comment, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think I could be doing better, what we could be doing better. If you'd rather I just stopped talking. Follow us on Instagram. I actually wrote it down this time. Close Knit Family Knitcast on Instagram as well. And also join our Ravelry group, Close Knit Family. But that should be everything. So, keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.